I was a straight male, then I was a gay male, then I was a trans woman, then I went back to a gay male, then I came out as a trans woman again. Everyone was so curious just to know how it worked and how Liam felt about it all because we met as two men.
To simply say I'm a straight man now completely erases my entire life and my entire experiences and the things I've done. And
I just didn't want to spend my life alone. So I thought I'll find love easier as a gay man than as a trans woman.
she came in dressed as Alexis, and like internally, like it hurt. You're losing the person that you fell in love with. You're gaining someone new.
You grieve them. You have to grieve them.
Yeah. It's the best way to describe it is you grieve.
Oh, are we all focused? Oh, thank you.
What about now? What about now? What about now?
We've only got it for an hour.
Well, yeah, sorry. The podcast is just going to be us chatting pure shit.
He'll just put a little text up here being like, wrap it up.
Love that.
No pressure, but the time is going down.
Ben, thank you so much. We dragged you all the way from East London.
It's all right,
to
don't
West
worry.
London.
Thank you.
So much
Thank you for
having
having us on.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm 21 again. We're going backwards in time now.
You've literally told 5 different people today different ages.
Yep,
every
and
time.
I'm going to keep lying about it.
Just keep going
Absolutely.
with it.
Do you want to introduce yourselves a little bit? Let
Yeah.
us know who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do my intro. Hello, my name is Alexis Blake. I'm a trans woman and I share my life stories and opinions on social media. And I have the amazing support of my beautiful, fabulous husband, Liam.
Hi, and I'm Liam Blake. I'm Alexis's husband, and I share my life stories and opinions on social media. And I kind of share what it's like to be in a trans relationship from my perspective, because a lot of people used to ask Alexis how I felt about that, and rather than me jumping on her videos all the time, I just kind of started.
Everyone was so curious just to know how it worked and how Liam felt about it all because we met as two men. So then this story came from his side as well. And then I think everyone loves Liam. Like when he's in my videos, like no one cares about me. It's totally fine. It's fine because everyone champions him because he's the biggest ally, he's hype man supporter. So
yeah. Well, I think your story is very interesting because I feel like there's 2 things that I'm like interested in about.
I love your nails, by the way.
I think I did them myself. I don't know if you can
I didn't want to say it, but okay.
Look a bit cracked. You're like, yeah, a bit crusty. Don't look at my nails. Yeah, so your story's interesting because I want to know coming out, and I suppose like you would you say you
I've come out so many times at this point. I don't even know anymore. Like literally, I was a straight male, then I was a gay male, then I was a trans woman, then I went back to a gay male, then I came out as a trans woman again. So my poor mum was just like, just pick one.
You literally, you'll say to your mum, I need to speak to you. She's like,
oh
gosh.
no.
What now?
All jokes aside, yeah, it was a bit of back and forth for different
What do
reasons.
you mean? So you identified as a gay man and then trans and then gay man?
Well, I didn't really identify as a gay man. It was just the sort of the label or the box that I just slotted into easiest.
Okay.
Because I first figured out I liked men before I felt like I was born in the wrong body. It's just how it happened for me. But then at about 14, 15, I thought, oh, no, I want to transition. This is who I am. But society back then with 2008 is just different. I just gave my age away if people are counting.
Don't work it out.
Don't work it out. And yeah, my family loved me and were worried about how the world was going to treat me. And also my perception of what trans was back then. There was no education. I didn't know. I just thought being trans was basically being a man in a wig. That's what I didn't know what transition. I didn't know hormone surgeries. I didn't know anything of that.
Right.
So I just stuck to being a gay man because I, in all honesty, we're deep straight away.
I love it.
I just didn't want to spend my life alone. So I thought I'll find love easier as a gay man than as a trans woman.
Oh, interesting.
Really?
Okay.
She tricked me, guys.
No. And denial played a huge part. So somehow I put that back in a box, as we all have done, I'm sure, once in our lives.
Yeah.
Buried it deep and then convinced myself it was just a phase
Yeah.
and then continued living as a gay man for another 12 years.
I mean, that's so hard though, because I think coming out as gay is already a struggle and quite a difficult thing to do. And I don't know your family, we can get into it, but like your family, like dynamics and stuff. But then I suppose like to kind of acknowledge that you're transgender must be a lot harder because there's a lot more to do there.
When I figured out I was trans, it was, I think, because I just had no knowledge on it. I didn't know what it meant or what it was. I just knew that I felt so uncomfortable. Like I was always in a costume. That's the only way I can describe it. And but the world didn't really accept trans people either. So I was kind of like in a rock and a hard place in the middle. So it was scary, but my family always have my best interests at heart and always look out for me. And it was never going to be a situation of being thrown out by my
No.
mum. Never.
Yeah.
Even though it's a tough conversation, and I won't ever sugarcoat it and say she threw her arm around me and said, "This is great. Let's go get your hormones now." It wasn't that vibe. I was going through like therapy, and I was about to start hormones at about 15 years old, and then I wasn't forced or pressured from anyone, but I could feel this overwhelming sort of sense around me that no one wanted me to do it. They were scared for how my career was going to be. Like, could I get a job? My safety, and I could feel that like around me. So I just said, you know what, it's fine. I'll pull back, and I did.
Oh wow.
And I thought I could just bury it, and over the years I just got more and more feminine until by the end I was basically just like fully cross-dressing every day by the end.
You were a wig and one hormone pill away from being a woman.
Thank you, baby.
A lot of people have said to me, how was it for you? Because obviously it's quite a drastic physical change to them visually, but her personality, her mannerisms, her femininity, that's never changed. So
It's always been like that from the
exactly the
beginning.
same. Yeah.
That's
like,
really interesting though, because a
very
lot of people say that does change.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
when-
I mean,
I think because I was brought up around a lot of women, a lot of strong women. I was raised by my mum, and I had my sister around. So these fabulous, amazing women that I sort of, I think, molded myself after, or tried to. And I was never judged, or I was really lucky that I was never criticized for exploring my femininity. So when I wanted that Barbie, or I wanted the tiara and the makeup and the vacuum cleaners and all that, the stereotypical stuff, I was allowed it. So I really sort of found comfort within my femininity. I mean, there was issues in like school and stuff, but at home and safe spaces, I was fine. So I think I found who I was on the inside much faster than the outer shell, which took a little bit longer to get to.
Oh, bless. Well, I'm wondering, like, do you think? Because I'm really like big into like social constructivism, which is basically like, why do we all agree that this table's a table? Why do we stop at red light? It's because we all have like a shared understanding. And I always wonder, like, with gender, if gender wasn't so binary in society and it wasn't so, do you think you would have felt comfortable expressing those things earlier? And do you think you still would have transitioned?
Yes to the first one, and yes to the second one. Because it wasn't just the gender roles in society of how people treat me, it was also my anatomy, my body, the way I looked in the mirror, different parts of my body, different parts of my face, and my voice, and hearing myself, and then like listening back to videos and be like, it just never felt right.
Right.
I always felt uncomfortable with those things, and seeing myself, because it wasn't so much about how people saw me, it's how I saw myself.
Okay,
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then once I figured out that, and then I could then make informed decisions on what surgeries I wanted to get, because we've had quite a few at this point, I'll be honest. I think I'm done, or nearly done. Maybe
One or two more.
Maybe
I look in my wallet and I'm like, stop! I've got nothing left.
So yeah, I did them all for me then in the end, because I knew what I wanted, and I knew it was all just to make me happy.
Yeah. Well, I'm super proud. I love watching your TikToks. I love watching your videos. I think you provide such a good, balanced approach.
And it's so informative. I learned so much, honestly,
Oh
from
my
them.
gosh, guys,
I love
thank you
them so much. But Liam,
Yes.
how is it for
Hi.
you?
Can you be a bit more specific?
Yeah. So I was
My
thinking.
brain would be like,
Yeah. How is
start talking about dinosaurs. Right.
I was like, how is it?
Leo.
The end kills me. I love it. You're just like,
Rah.
rah. Meow.
That's not
How is it for you? Like, first of all, I suppose your coming out journey, because do you get a lot of questions about your sexuality now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we've covered it quite a few times on both our social medias, but one of the questions, one of the videos that went mega viral that included me was one where people said, "So you're a straight man now? You obviously straight because you're now a straight, visually a straight couple." And I was like, "No, that's not how I feel." Like, and to simply say I'm a straight man now completely erases my entire life and my entire experiences and the things I've done and things I've enjoyed, not enjoyed, regret. All these things make who I am today, and I can't just simply delete all that. You know what I mean? Like, the things I've got up to, straight men don't.
There we go.
There it is.
Flashing alarms. Yeah.
Not safe for work, guys. But yeah, so I say no, I'm not a straight man. And we have discussed this many a time, and I still feel like a gay man. That's what I identify as. But at the same time, we don't label ourselves as a straight couple either, because in a way, for me personally, saying that we're a straight couple is I wouldn't say offensive, but because we're not that, I don't think we can be. It'd feel imposters.
We kind of had a long conversation about it, and he said, "I don't like that I'm not a gay man anymore." And like, obviously, we've had bumps
I don't
on
like
the road, and
labeling me as not a gay man.
He said, "I still feel like a gay man. Like that's how I've always identified, or like throughout
Guilty.
throughout your life." So I said, "Well, still be a gay man then. You don't have to change that. That can be our label, and we can be a queer couple, and that feels more fitting to us."
Exactly.
Because perceptively, like when we're walking around a supermarket, yes, we might look like a straight couple, but we still look.
Well, I walk like this, so we don't.
You know what my favourite thing to do is when we're in like a you know what I'm gonna say, don't you?
I'm so interested to hear this.
So when we're in like gay bars and things like that, obviously we still love those places, feel very safe. They always have, and we go to these places and we'll walk in and people will see it seemingly, straight couple coming into the gay bar, and then he'll start dancing, really going for it, femme, and then everyone's like, oh, we need to tell her gay.
She doesn't
Her husband's gay. She doesn't know. She's a beard.
She's a beard. A couple. I mean, I'm not a big drinker, but if I have a couple of beers and
the Shakira hits come out.
Oh, they do.
It's Britney for me.
Britney.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a Britney fan, so then I'm like,
Yeah.
But no, we're a queer couple. That's what we label ourselves
if we need to label, but we're just happy.
But you do. But the thing is, you do not that you do need to label, but you do feel the pressure that you have to label, especially being on social media.
Yeah.
Like I feel like day to day, maybe not. I don't know.
No. Yeah.
But like social media from the community as well as from outside.
You're right. I'm all right.
I
didn't mean it, Jim.
Yeah.
You had to mention that 4 times.
Jim.
Did you go to the gym today?
Do you know what's funny? You should say actually. But
what did you work out?
I did nail, hair, hips, and heels. No, I did kind of a mixture of everything because it wasn't like the most equipped gym. So I did like a mini workout.
Just Josh's face trying to figure out like what you meant by no. He was like, "Wait, you worked out your nails? How do you do that?"
Tadrikal.
And you missed the Family Guy reference, right?
Yeah, I did.
The guilty. Yeah.
I'm so
sorry.
We know what we're doing.
Oh God.
We got to have an alliance.
Yes, I know. Let's screw these guys. Goodbye.
The fuck knows what I was saying, but
social media. You were saying about how. Do you know what I think it is? People are more confident behind a keyboard.
Yeah.
If we meet like some of my work colleagues or things like that, and they know I'm trans, and then obviously they might know Liam identifies as a gay man, they don't ask because they don't want to pry. But then I think on social media, because people see us sharing really openly about like surgeries and different things, they think these questions like they just ask because
right
You know, like our child would say what they see, but they have no concept of like you know what's okay and what's not okay, I suppose. But like these people behind keyboards, they're just like, well, they don't know who I am.
No, they don't.
And social media can be crazy.
Yeah,
honestly.
My most asked question, I think, out of everything is if I've had surgery or not. The surgery, and like, why so many people like, why would you care? Like, why do you care about a stranger?
But it is the main thing that I feel like online people are so obsessed with finding out, and I think with a lot of our other trans guests, it's very similar. They say constantly
ask.
But it's like I couldn't care less what you guys have got down there.
Yeah.
Why do I need to?
You wouldn't ask if someone who's not trans.
If I'm not dating you or you're paying my bills, it's none of my business.
Exactly. I think that was part of what we were saying. Is like you wouldn't be like you cut or uncut to a random person.
Yeah, exactly. You couldn't have that
It's none of your business, uncut, by the way. But it's just not your business at all.
Please cut that out.
No, don't cut it. Don't cut it.
I'm joking. Stop.
We'll speak to you after this
Yeah,
episode.
You can tell us not to keep anything.
I'll let you know.
No, do you know what it is?
I would never filter him.
No,
The thing that I always find with the discourse online about when people ask about that surgery, though, you can't win because whichever way a trans person answers it, if they say yes, they have, you've mutilated your body. If they say no, I haven't, you're not really trans.
Right.
So
Yeah.
whichever way you answer
can't
it,
win.
you can't win. So
Yeah.
I made a promise to myself early on. I'm not going to discuss my old name and that surgery if I've had it, if I'm getting, if I want it, because I'm not going to be able to win with it. So
Yeah.
it's just something that only we need to know about.
yeah.
And it's,
Exactly.
I think as well, you're like our social media is a bit like our home. So if you have a guest and disrespects you in your house, what do? You
Kill
kick them
them.
out
Yeah.
of the house. Yeah.
say
And so
kill them?
our social
What did
media.
you say?
Kill them.
Kill them.
No.
Off with their heads.
So you would kick them out of your house. You
Yeah.
would tell them to leave. And the way that I kind of monitor the social medias is I'm like, if they say something that's disrespectful, then I just get rid. Like, you've got no place here. Constructive. If you're being constructive and you're curious and you want to know and you're not just saying it behind a fake profile, fair enough. But when people are just being downright nasty, I'm just like, delete, get
Yeah,
rid, block,
yeah,
absolutely none of
100%.
your business,
Because the thing is, it's annoying because your platforms are educating people. Like, just
Thank
because we're in the
you.
community, it doesn't mean we understand people outside the I don't know why you would hate or try and silence. I mean, we understand it because when we talk about stuff to do like people of color in the gay community, we get like a similar response. But it's such a shame because you want to know that information, or you want to know at least some information, and someone's willing to share, and it's still not good enough, and you still want to know more, and you like
It's because they have preconceived ideas and they want you to agree
Fit
to
into
what they're
those
saying.
maybe.
boxes
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe that's what it is.
It's almost like, why ask then if you've already got this pre-built version of that person or that race or that type of person or that
Yeah.
sexuality, but then you ask the question anyway, and it's like, it just doesn't make sense to
Yeah,
me.
Yeah.
100%.
I do want to talk about the topic of dead names though, because
Yeah, of
that's
course.
something that I've not come across a lot, and it's something that I think it's quite a big topic in the trans community. Could you explain what it is? And
Yeah, I personally don't call my old boy name my dead name.
Okay,
It's
sorry.
no, you don't have to apologize. Don't be daft. You can't offend
Some
me,
people
darling, I
do,
promise.
some people do, some people don't.
It's dependent on the trans people. Some trans people, when they transition, they shut that chapter, they burn the photos, they get rid of every living trace of that person, gone, done and dusted. Whereas,
Booked it, packed it, fucked
yeah,
it. Sorry, Sunday.
whereas with me, like my mum had pictures up until literally this year of old me in a house, and she was like, "Do you want me to get rid of them?" I'm like, "No, I was him, and he, through his choices and his strength, gave me the
Bag
courage
this
to
guy.
bag this amazing
Yeah,
husband."
yeah.
And then I transitioned because I'm so grateful to the guy I used to be. So for me, I have a lot of appreciation for him. So for me, it's not a dead name, but a dead name. Cut a long story short, sorry. It's just a trans person's old name, the one before they transition. Some trans people try and like intertwine it into the new name. They keep the starting letter, which I didn't do, because it's a long story. And it just depends how. But some people, if they have like a gender neutral name, they can keep it.
Yeah.
Which is really cool, like Teddy or something like that.
Yeah.
That can work. But it's just a weird one. But people do have a fascination with it. There was a weird thing going around. I don't know if do you remember when it got leaked, the old interview that I did?
Yours? Yes, it did. Yeah.
So you explain.
Yeah, so when you click on the search bar in TikTok and various social media, sometimes it'll bring up pre-searched, like popular searches.
Oh yeah.
And one of the searches that were Alexis Blake, dead name, Alexis Blake, Alexis name, her actual old name, and it was like, oh, but Alexis has done TV before, you see, so her old self has done various projects in the film and TV. Right. So
You'll never know who I am because I look so different.
You'll never find it.
I'll give you a clue, an Easter egg. I'm in Dumbo, but good luck finding me.
It's like, but so it's out there, but and she doesn't make a way to kind of delete it or get rid of it. If you see it, you see it. But you've said respectfully, if just.
Can you imagine if I messaged Tim Burton being like, "Tim, babes, I was in Dumbo as an extra, and you see me for 0.2 seconds. You need to delete the film. Can you get it out, please? Re-edit."
Yeah.
No, sorry. Go on.
I don't think they do. No, I'm just saying like. What was I saying?
I was on like a reality-ish show. I was made an appearance for like 10 minutes in one episode, and I say, "Hi, my name's this person," and I was dancing because I used to be a dancer, and it was not a big project. It was so long ago, and I thought, and it's kind of cringy, so I cringe when I think about it, and I thought that was just gone and dusted. Someone found it on social media,
but they've redone it again.
They figured out it's me from like the voice and like. Obviously I look like the boy version of me, I guess. They figured that out, and then they started sharing my name online, and it started going around. So I had to do a video where I'm like, it doesn't bother me. You can't scare me.
It was
If it
more
gets
like
out,
you took ownership of it.
I filmed a video where I'm like, guys, you know what? This is my dead name. If you want to know that bad, this is it, and you can have it, and that is that information. Because to have someone like trying to hold it over me,
And
Yeah.
why?
I don't
Like, why
know.
were
I
they
don't- I
so
don't know.
invested
I
to
don't
dig
know.
and find it out? Like,
I don't know,
but
but
they were wrong in the sense that Alexis isn't bothered about her old name.
no.
Yeah.
Yes, she.
I was
would
more
like it
bothered
to be
someone was trying.
private.
Yeah.
Yes, she goes out of her way to not advertise it, but at the end of the day,
If
like
it's
you
out
said,
there, it's out there. It's
out
part
there.
of who I
Yeah.
was, and he was an amazing guy because he had to deal with being trans hidden for 12 years,
Yeah.
and I. He's so strong and courageous. Like I'm so grateful
Amazing.
to the guy that I was, and it's weird when I talk about him in third person, but it's kind of how it feels now.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
It does seem like a lifetime ago, though.
It
Yeah.
does.
Like
It
I
really does.
proposed to Alexis 6 months after meeting, and when we both
He
talked
locked
about,
it in.
I did not mess about.
You're my person.
Yeah.
I like you. I want to be with you
Yeah.
forever. But yeah, so we locked it in after 6 months. But now when you look back on the video of the proposal and stuff, it just seems like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
It's
It was.
actually insane. 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you meet? Like, what was
Oh, we met on a
Hinge.
dating app.
Hinge?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we
4 years ago, you said.
well, it'd be
Five.
five. We
years
met.
ago.
Met 5 years ago. On Hinge, and it was during like lockdown.
Okay.
So it was a bit
Yeah.
naughty, actually. You know, in like, different towns and cities were all like, "Well, you aren't allowed to leave, but you can."
Don't worry, he's not getting sexual.
Slightly illegal, but okay.
So like where we're from, we weren't supposed
We were in the
to.
tier system. Do you remember when
Yeah.
they did the weird
Yeah,
tier
yeah,
thing?
yeah,
So you
yeah.
can't-
So
We
lockdown
snuck
had
off.
lifted. We weren't like meeting up when it was serious lockdown, just to clarify.
Yeah, no, it was
Don't
like
come for us.
They had
it
a
was-
weird tier system. So like his tier, you could go out for like lunch and stuff, but my tier, we couldn't go out of our tier. It was really weird.
Oh, wow, okay.
But yeah, we met then and we started dating, and
Did you know straight away? You were just kind of like.
second date, I knew I was going to marry him. Absolutely.
Really?
Oh yeah. I looked at him and he was making me play bogeys. I don't know if you've ever played it. It's a stupid game where you just shout bogeys. Yeah. He made me play it in York on the walls. We were walking around and I just looked at him and was like, "Yep, that's my guy."
So we went on that same date. We'd kind of agreed. I said, we'll go random, do something really random. So we went rock climbing.
Which was great.
Not on
Love
rocks,
I
but indoor.
love that.
But it were really wrapped up really quickly. And I said, should we do something else? And she said she'd love York. So I said, right, well, we'll just go to York. So we drove to York, did the York wall. But yeah, I was like, let's play bogeys. And she was like, no, don't.
He's been
No, I'm
really
so
good at bringing
shy.
out my shell.
I'm shy. And I'm a bit pushy with stuff sometimes in an annoying way. But
He's
like,
very extroverted, as you can tell, and I'm like,
No.
I think I'm more introverted. So he really pulled me out of my shell, and I was like, and this is what I need. This is good for me.
So there's us two walking along York Wall,
Screaming
at the top of
bogus.
our lungs.
And that was the moment when I was like, wow, this is going to be the father of my children. Yeah.
So yeah, but I knew way early. I mean, I told her I loved her. While you nearly choked on a McDonald's burger, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just came out of it. You know what I mean?
So
How long had you
romantic.
been dating?
Oh, like barely a couple of months, probably.
It was. Well, actually, funny story. Alexis broke up with me.
No.
She did. She broke my
Two.
heart for like 3-4 weeks, and then realised what she was missing. and
It
she
was
came
like
running
10
back.
days. Calm
Why
down.
did you break up?
It was, we've had some drinks and I just come out of another relationship like 6-7 months before. I've had some bad relationships in the past, and I don't know. I just was like, do you know what? I just was panicking.
You
I
had the
don't
whole
know.
going professional dancing.
I was also
so-
about to be going to Greece.
yeah, for like 9
to,
months.
to work for like a long contract there. I was like, it's not the right time, and I just didn't want to invest in someone, and then
And
I
then
missed him too much,
she brought me
didn't
out.
I?
She brought me out for 2-3 weeks, but
10 days. So dramatic.
We're on a break.
We're on a break.
I went through 3 boxes of t-shirts. But yeah, it was not good. But then she started missing me. I obviously missed you. But then her nephews were like, "Where's Liam? When's Liam
Oh,
coming?"
I
Because I was reading them
know.
bedtime stories.
Oh,
and
that's
stuff.
so cute.
I
And they were only young, so they were like,
know.
"Where's Liam?" And she was like,
Oh.
"What are you
So I
doing tomorrow?"
messaged him.
I'll bring him. I need you
Yes.
to read them a bedtime
Double,
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we
So-
met up and I apologised and you apologised.
Yeah,
and...
we just kind of worked it out. Like, if we're gonna do it, we need to do it, and we need to like figure this out. Do you know what I mean? But she gave me a talking to because before I met Alexis, I had never saved a penny in my life.
Mhm.
Okay.
I lived weekend to weekend. I
Yeah.
got drunk. I did drugs. I did all sorts. and lockdown were really bad because obviously lockdown, we were all bored, weren't we?
Yeah.
So there was a lot. I was not in a good place. Anxiety, depression, all these things, just all these lovely things put together. But when I met Alexis and I realised, you know, I really, really like this person. This is a good thing for me. And I had dated, like you, a lot of people who just horrible trauma, horrible, nasty people. So
I hid my baggage really well.
yeah, she did it really well. I didn't.
It took 4 years. It's all Chanel.
So I knew that this was, you know, she, even though it was so early on and it's so cringy, but I was like, this is it. She's the one. Oh, back then it was he the one. But we locked it in. And she basically said, look, I want to buy a house. I want to do this. I want by this time. I want to do that. By this age, I want to do that. You need to sort your shit out, basically. And sort my shit out. I did, didn't I?
You did.
And we bought a house 3 years ago. We bought our first house 3 years ago. We just recently bought our new house. But I never even imagined owning a house, let alone being married and doing all this stuff now. So, but yeah, she basically turned me around. But
no, I can't take all the credit.
No,
you
but to
wanted
benefit,
it, though.
like I benefited myself, and she showed me like
you
there were better ways to do things.
We all grow up at different times. You were like Peter Pan. I just needed to give you a little nudge.
There's still a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But I think it's nice because that's the thing that you balance each other out. Like, you
Mm.
obviously give him some seriousness, and you bring
She brings the seriousness.
I do. I tell him off when he needs to be brought back down a little bit sometimes.
I've got a couple of questions for you though. I feel like, was there any times that you did question your sexuality, like at any point?
Not my sexuality, no.
Okay.
Like I'm not what you call a gold star gay. So like I have dated women in the past. I've dated trans women in the past, but not
that
like
one really
serious.
bugs me. That I don't know why. He's dated men, fine. Women, fine. Trans women, no.
I get it. Like,
No. I'm the only one.
You was a virgin till you met me. Yes, babe. Yes, I was. So I have been.
You painted with all the colours.
I
Let's
have
just say
used
that.
all the colours in the palette.
Okay.
But I always felt like being a gay man being gay was the most kind of, how do I explain? So romantically, I've only ever been attracted to men up until that, you know, obviously up until the point of Alexis coming out. And so that's kind of the label I labelled myself as, because romantically, when it came to
You only could fall in love with men.
yeah, I could.
That's what you said to me
Basically,
before.
that's the only kind of way it felt at the time. Anytime I went down other avenues, I never felt there was anything there. But I think for me, what it might have been is it's the femininity that I am more attracted to. Like I even though I'm like I can be super camp and feminine and do my own thing, I actually am quite. I'm quite masculine. I am actually quite
you're very
butch
masculine.
Yeah, I mean, I have my moments, but I am generally. And so for me, when other people show me masculinity or demonstrate masculinity in relationships, in person, it's a big turn off for me. I don't like it. So femininity is something I've always been attracted to. So I think, even though I've said I'm a gay man, if you look at the people I've dated and the relationships I've experimented with, there's always been that running trait of femininity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with women that I have dated or whatnot, they've been feminine, super femme, and I've always been quite the masculine one. But honestly, for me, I think that's the best way to describe the people I've kind of gone for or found attractive. And again, because Alexis's femininity as a man, when she was a man, you know, we're talking, again, we're going by, I suppose, what the world classes as feminine, but, you know, very feminine voice and the whole makeup.
Well, I want makeup, I paint my nails,
and I'm like, I used to celebrate it.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
We go shopping. Put your makeup on if you want to.
Yeah.
I love all that kind of stuff. But again, it was. I think it's the femininity that I always been attracted to. When Alexis transitioned, even though she transitioned physically, and a lot's changed in that regards because her personality hasn't changed, but there's that femininity, I suppose, in a way, is only just kind of heightened, because she can demonstrate it more now.
Yeah. And probably more comfortable doing it.
So much more,
If that answers your question.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think it's just nice because, like, obviously your relationship is growing and it's good and you both accept each other and all that. But I think, like, it's quite nice if anyone else is going through it or potentially, like, maybe, like, secretly going through it, like, doesn't want to say anything yet or anything like that. Like, if it's okay to have questioned each other at some point, or did you struggle with the pronouns to begin with, or was there any?
I was the worst.
He was the worst.
I'm her biggest supporter, but I was the worst person for dead naming for
Saying he.
I was worst.
Yeah.
Even though you wouldn't think it, because 98.9% of our communication is babe. Babe, pass
Yeah.
it, like,
Okay.
babe, 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 babe. But I was so bad at it, wasn't I? But everyone else, like my friends from my side, they were just like, cool.
Yeah.
Straight
That was
away.
it. No,
Yeah.
no one. It was only me that misgendered you most.
But
of
he
the
was
time.
trying. And I mean, for a guy to try and he got on board with it straight, like without a breath, he was on board with it. He understood and he was like, let's do this. How do we do this? What can we do to
understood
make
the
it happen?
assignment.
So if anyone's trying, I think people just give them grace. And I think
Yeah.
most people do anyway. It's so I heard a phrase not long ago: when you transition, everyone around you transitions with you, and there's not enough conversation about that, because like mums, dads, brothers, sisters, partners, friends, they all have to get used to this new person, because yes, it's still the same person on the inside, but it's a lot to get used to on the outside. So he took a while, but he got there, didn't he?
Yeah.
There was one thing I wanted to say was touching upon that is the Alexis, when she started a transition, obviously you can't just suddenly, look like this in a day. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. But Alexis wanted to go 100 miles
Oh
an
my
hour,
gosh, yeah.
researching this, and and I said, look, slow down, let's just take our time. And she did do, but it took a few months when the hair started growing and whatnot, and you were obviously experimenting with different, try to find your style. That's one of the hardest things.
interesting, yeah.
One it for you was like, what is my style now that I'm presenting
That's
a
such
female?
an interesting thing that I wouldn't even think
weird.
of.
Yeah.
It was such a weird.
It was like going through puberty, but as a
Yeah.
27-year-old man, it was
Yeah.
awful.
And the
Did
first
you experiment
time,
with lots of different?
Yeah, I had
Okay.
a blonde wig at one point.
the first
Okay.
time
And
she presented,
This is obviously mine now, everyone. Just
yeah,
so you know.
it's real. It's real. The first time Alexis presented, fully, like it was a New Year's Eve.
Birthday.
It was birthday. Sorry, it was dark outside.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's so exciting. So
I
I just
had
realised
a-
the first time you present is actually the first time you're seeing her. That's
As
so
As
Alexis.
exciting.
Alexis, like
As
he'd
Alexis.
seen like maybe some extensions or makeup,
Yeah.
but this is putting everything together,
the
Okay.
as
shoes.
me presenting as
Okay.
feminine as I
And
could. Yeah.
it was for your birthday, and we had quite a lot of guests come around. And again, it was first time for them as well, seeing Alexis fully, presenting as Alexis. And I was sat in the kitchen at the table. I think I were painting something, and she came in dressed as Alexis, and like internally, like it hurt, because obviously I'd not seen it. Like I don't seen her fully present, and it was like, holy shit, this is real now. You know what I mean? And it was like
Okay.
internally, I felt so sad, because it was like, okay, this is real, and now I'm losing him. I've lost him and whatnot. But on the outside, I didn't.
I had no
demonstrate
idea.
that
Yeah.
at
I
all.
felt it was one of my favorite nights of my life,
Yeah.
because it was the first time I was just fully comfortable
Yeah.
as me.
And I didn't want to take that away from her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't want to take that away from her. So I held it inside, but I was sad. And I wanted to say that, obviously, coming on today, is it's not always going to be okay. There
No.
are going to be moments where you're going to feel sad. You're losing the person you fell in love with. If you're in a relationship, you're losing the person that you fell in love with. You're gaining someone new.
You grieve them. You have
Yeah,
to grieve them.
yeah.
It's the best way to describe it, is you grieve.
Like my mum said that, we
yeah.
spoke about it, like you have to grieve. Like she lost a son, she did lose a son, she gained a daughter,
Yeah.
and it's just having that healing process of letting that person go. And
You need
I
time.
can't imagine. I haven't had to do that, so I can't imagine how hard it is. So I have a lot of respect for.
Well, you grieved
everyone
your
around
own
me.
self.
Yeah, true. But
Yeah.
I was coming into the person I'd always dreamed of, envisioned myself to be. So I think it was probably easy for me in that sense and everyone around me. But I had no idea he struggled that night. I had no idea of any of the struggles
So-
until later down the line.
But yeah, I kept it to myself. But it was a gradual thing. It was a process. That was just one process out of all of the processes where it was
It hit you.
suddenly not presenting and then presenting.
Yeah.
And then after that, obviously the surgeries and support. It's always just been a case of like, let's see how we can do this in the safest way possible, doing our research, all those kind of things. Because it's been a gradual process now. I suppose it's like when you lose weight or you gain weight, you don't notice it over time.
Yeah.
But now, like when we look back at old videos of us, because they were there, aren't they? They're there forever, and you just think, oh wow,
Yeah.
oh
So
my god,
different.
what a difference! But now, because obviously we live together, we're married, we see each other every single day, we don't notice those changes. But now you look back and it's like, but
I can't believe I wore a blonde wig.
I know. Blonde is not me.
an itchy blonde wig.
Yeah.
I
I
tried
saw
an
that wig
edgy
once.
style once. Oh gosh, I'm not cool enough to be edgy. Like bandanas and like space buns. It was a bad time. It was a bad time. Glitter eyeshadow. No, it wasn't. It didn't. I couldn't make
Oh,
it
that
work.
is so funny.
I tried it all, different
Yeah.
things, and then I had like my whore phase, which I like to call it, where the dresses were really short,
Leather.
Oh,
the heels
okay.
were high,
Yeah.
lots of lipstick and lots of makeup.
Like they say, don't you? If for a lot of girls that speak to us and whatnot, they'll say you go here, or you show the bum, or you show the ass.
Oh, I showed it all.
Or
But
the
not
bum.
everything. Choose one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was all
Yeah,
out.
everything. And
Yeah.
it literally is like going through puberty again, because obviously with the hormones as well,
Yeah.
you're feeling it like the
Oh,
puberty.
true. Yeah.
Yes, you get like the mood swings and I got hot sweats and
Right.
my
Hot
my
sweats.
brain, like your brain runs primarily on your sex hormone. It's like, well, don't quote me because I'm not a scientist. Don't come for me in the comments.
Yeah.
But it influences the way we think on how we process things. So to have that switch from testosterone to estrogen, my brain would just analyze situations, people, scenarios, my emotions so differently.
Wow.
And
Interesting.
I felt so much more personally in touch with my emotions and allowing myself to feel them, which was a really nice thing.
So
'Cause
how
as a
long?
man, she was like quite cold with stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't
I'd be
cry.
crying, and she'd be like,
I couldn't do
I cannot
sympathy.
I could not imagine
that.
like that.
Couldn't
That
do
is
sympathy
crazy.
or empathy. I just really struggled with it. I'd like obviously try because
Yeah.
I know that's socially normal.
Stop crying.
no,
But
yeah, you tough,
yeah.
tough love. But that was all. It was not just because you was a man. It was just there was a lot of reasons why.
trauma.
But as a woman now, she is a lot more empathetic. Like, yeah,
I've got more patience.
Yeah.
And
Because I wouldn't have got away with that stuff.
no.
Yeah.
Like a transition.
But it's just another weird thing that, like, but going back, just to circle back to what you were saying, if someone's in a relationship with a trans person and it's not okay and they can't make it okay and it doesn't work for them, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
It's hard and I can't imagine like how that must feel for both parties. But if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. You can't stay with someone because just for the
Feeling like you need to,
yeah,
or you
is
feel
what I'm
sorry
trying to
for
say.
them, yeah,
Like
or guilty.
if Liam had have had to leave me, I would have understood. It would have been hard, and it would have been one of the hardest things ever. But it was a huge ask to ask someone to be with you whilst you're completely changing everything about yourself, and it's a whole process to go through. It's expensive, it's costly, the surgeries, and then in the end they might not be attracted to that person anymore.
Which is okay,
But
because
that-
again, you
yeah.
didn't sign up for that. you
Yeah,
know,
but that's actually interesting because then what was that like? Like, did you at any point when you were, I suppose, coming out to Liam and saying that, did you fear that that is a very real opportunity? And did you think maybe, you know, he might say he's okay with it now, but in the future he might find a guy attractive? And do you suffer with any of that?
I think a little bit. I
Okay.
think even now, like in the back of my mind, because it's one of the biggest critiques I get when people see us in videos, like, you've ruined his life. He's a gay man. He's
Oh,
married a
Like,
woman
if
now.
this is
you-
ruined, keep ruining it.
Yeah. Those sorts of things, like you've taken him away from who he really wants to be with, and all these sorts of things. So, like, in the back of my mind, sometimes it's there, but then I know how happy we are. I know, like, the chemistry in our relationship that works really well and in all senses. So I'm not afraid in that way. But when I think genuinely, and I don't really know if I've ever said this to you.
You're hearing it here first, guys.
I know.
Exclusive.
I had the trans thing buried so deep that I had no idea anymore. I'd forgotten about it, basically. I woke up one morning and then my brain was like, you need to transition now. This is the time. You've got a man, you're in love, you're still not happy. You're dancing, it's your dream career, you're not happy. Something's wrong. You're living this amazing life, but you're not happy. And when I thought, oh, I need to transition, and I thought about him, I thought, this is a good guy. And I think knowing that he would support me genuinely helped me transition. I don't think I would have transitioned if I wasn't with Liam. I think
Really?
I think I still had that really toxic mindset of no one's gonna love me, but because I'd found this guy who loved all of me, all the feminine parts. Because being a gay man, a lot of men don't like the femininity,
Yeah.
so I had to switch that off in certain relationships and hide it. And to find someone who loved all of the personality of who I was, and feeling like I knew he was going to accept the trans me, I think that's what gave me the courage to do it.
like how do you balance the fact that you don't want to feel like you owe him that now, or like is there any of that in your head? Like if I'm thinking like from a very basic like just human level without all the layers, but if you feel like someone's doing a favor, it almost feels like doing you a favor.
Yeah.
How do you stop that from feeling like that and feeling like actually this is just
spoke a lot.
Okay.
Like really open. I think that's one of my favorite things in our relationship. I've never had that before with my exes, where if we have an issue, we just say it. If we have something on our mind, we say it. We don't hold anything in. We just have, and when we say it, it's not an argument. It's not.
Liam's better at doing this than Alexis.
You taught me that. But we'll have a conversation. So we've had many conversations where he'll have a picture come up of old boy me. I'll say, I miss him. I'm like, I understand that. I get that. And sometimes I think, oh, I kind of miss him as well for certain reasons. So it's having that raw honesty, which doesn't always feel the best, but it's sort of processing it and healing and with it, as cringy as that sounds. But I don't think so. I think because the transition's taken so long, it's taken like 4 years, has it? To get to where I am now. I think our relationships changed
I've known you
with
longer
it.
as Alexis than I have.
Yeah, he only had the boy version of me for a year.
Yeah.
And then the transition started. So I think our relationship's grown with my transition, I would say.
100%. There was, touching on what you said about occasionally when I see old pictures of Alexis, there was one, she did a video, using AI. It went a bit of a trend where you hug yourself.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
And so she did it with old self and new self, because she's very open about the old self.
I share pictures, I don't mind.
All the time. Like, so this AI video was her hugging her old self. And it was beautiful. And it went viral, didn't it? It went really well. But obviously she posts TikToks every day nearly. And we both flick through FYP, and I'll be like, oh, Alexis, whatever. But I didn't get any pre-warning to this.
Okay.
So sorry. That's really bad. So sorry.
And then seeing obviously Alexis hugging old Alexis, it right upset me. And I kept watching it over again, because it was like, obviously I was seeing the old Alexis moving in that respect. It wasn't just like a picture, and it just hit. And I was laid on bed and I kept playing it back and back, just seeing that again, and touching on what we said earlier, like when you mourn a relative or a loved one who's gone, it is a bit like that. You see that old person, and just that moment, you have that happiness, you have the memories, and you're looking back and you're smiling. You might feel sad. Well, it didn't hit me. It stopped me in my tracks, didn't it? And I spoke about it though.
I've openly asked you so many times, like, are you okay? Is this okay? Like, and we have those conversations, because don't get me wrong, like, it's everyone, like, I think from the outside looking in, it might look easy, but it's not always been easy. We've had to have a lot of conversations.
We're not perfect. We share our life. We share a lot of our life, and we're not afraid to say things, but it's not perfect. Like, we're not perfect.
I'm perfect.
I am a pain in the ass. Like,
you are.
Like, I am.
I love you, but you are.
Like,
but then
there's so hard work.
Yeah, well, you're not hard work.
No, but I mean, like,
there's a flip side of things, though. Like, Liam's had, like, about, I don't know if you mind me saying, but like depression, anxiety, and
I don't mind. No.
And there was some really challenging things that, as a partner, to see like your partner suffering, and not feeling like you can help them, or like certain social situations where he couldn't handle things, and he's been diagnosed with severe ADHD, and like learning how to talk to him that he understands. And so, like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So, like, a relationship's two ways, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You have the good and the bad together, and one person might be going through something awful, and you'll lift them up and support them, like he's done with me so much. But then I think, and I hope that in the flip side of that, I've done the same. Things for you.
You've had to learn a lot of ways to do it, because it sounds quite childish, actually, because having obviously severe ADHD, like, and I like to think I'm quite intelligent, but I know what works for me. And like, someone telling me off, or nobody puts baby in a corner. But as soon as I feel like I'm being attacked from any angle, from anybody, I just shut down. I'm like, no. And it doesn't matter if they're right. I'm just like, don't come at me like that. And like, so obviously when we have had disagreements in the past and stuff, and even though she's my wife, I love her, in that moment where someone's attacking you, that all goes out the window. That's how
it feels like someone's attacking you. Yeah.
And I'm just like, and then I can react. I'm a very reactional person, and I can react in a unfavorable way, So we had a lot of that at the beginning, and then obviously when Alexis learned about.
It's just learning how to understand how his brain
Yeah,
works.
so
'cause
like
it's just
she
it's
says
just-
things now, and I'm like,
And does that come from the ADHD? Or
Yeah,
something?
yeah,
Okay.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So the way that like I can't even explain. It's just when like Liam's having a meltdown, I'd get so frustrated at him before, like the old boy me. I'd get so frustrated, like he'd be having a meltdown like, in public, and
I'm off out for an hour.
and I wouldn't know what to do. I'm like, how do I handle this? Whereas now I know I just need to sit down and understand where he's coming from and listen. And it's like any
And sometimes
relationship
giving
now.
space. Like I think I've learned
That
as
rings
well.
so true what
Yeah.
you just said, honestly,
Yeah.
because yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely
Do tell.
even if someone isn't attacking me, but I'll take it. Like I physically cannot speak. And Faris likes to talk about things and go through it there and then, and I just can't. So it really is we're actually learning a
do
bit.
you have I have to go have a reboot. So there's been
And I know
times-
to leave him when he's
I have
hit
to
rock
reboot.
bottom and like he can't compute what's going on or get his words out. He'll disappear. He'll lay down in a dark room and not say a word. And I just leave him to come back to me. And then when he comes back to me, I know
It's like,
that's what
you know, when you watch like movies and they come across an old spaceship and it's been lost in
where's
time.
your brain
Yeah.
going?
I was
kind
so
of
This
not
is
to
going to
right
make
now.
so much sense right now.
Yeah.
But like, obviously, the person who gets in the ship and they have to reboot
Mm-hmm.
the powers to divert the power. That's what it's like for me. So it's like I've hit rock bottom. Don't speak to me. I need to reboot. And then a button comes on and then that
Mm-hmm.
powers that up and then that moves and it's all coming to life in the blinkers. And
Yeah.
once all that,
I
comes,
really get that.
boom.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you
Now
can't
I'm
see
ready to
you
come
can't see
speak
the
to you.
buttons.
Yeah.
Like everything's
I'm-
like crazy.
I'm-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Brain
am so
fog,
emotionally.
misty, yeah.
And it hurts.
Yeah.
And it's the most.
I couldn't understand that for a long time.
Yeah.
I would just be like, why are you not okay? I
Same.
couldn't.
Why
I,
you-
Why can't you talk about it?
just get better. Just feel better.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why are you not happy?
Yeah.
But it's learning how to like understand that and acknowledge that.
But also balance. I think because I was going to ask how you resolve arguments, but we're kind of getting there, aren't we? Communication
yeah.
and stuff. But it's the balance because I want to talk about it straight away, and he needs a gap.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's like, no, I need to reboot,
Yeah,
reprocess, and I'm like, okay, fine. You have an hour
Yeah.
because I can't.
Oh!
I can't let you reboot for the whole afternoon because sometimes that's how long it would
And
take
I'll
him.
be in a
Yeah,
meeting
yeah.
and it takes me so long.
So long to get out of it,
around.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
fair enough, process, but we need to meet each other halfway.
Well, then that's compromise.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
what a
That's
relationship
how
is.
relationships work.
You have to
Yeah.
have that compromise. Yeah.
Friends, family, relationships.
It's all about it.
Meet in the
compromise
middle.
is absolutely the 90%, 10%, but it's still
It's still compromise. It's still
It's
compromise.
50-50.
And how is your coming out?
as in my sexuality.
Yeah.
So growing up and stuff, I used to always put little tasters here and there. So like I'd bring up the gay boy at school to my mum, and my, and just to test how she'd react to it, and she wouldn't really. So in a way, over the years of me saying little things, or like we'd watch TV and there'd be a gay couple, and I'd get in defense mode if they were getting bullied and stuff. And my mum always picked up on these little bits and bobs. So in a way, I thought my mum's she's not gonna bother. So the day that I decided to come out, I wrote a letter. My mum was she was having a sunbed in the house back in the early 90s. Everyone had sunbeds in the houses.
So weird.
The purple glow coming from underneath the door, you know.
It's so weird.
So she'd be laid. I remember she would lay down on sunbed. And like my mum's chill, like she used to lay there, you know, she's naked and stuff. We're not bothered. And Cat would be on there as well. Cat used to sunbathe. So my cat that was black was actually brown because of the
yeah.
Okay.
So I remember
The
just,
language, the accent, yeah.
yeah.
No, I thought you meant someone called Cat was with her as well.
Oh,
no, I was like,
no.
oh, okay.
The meow.
Cat-
the cat.
What's Cat doing?
It was a Devon Rex, like a Siamese, but with fur.
Okay.
And so it used to sunbed with my mum.
Oh,
Anyway.
that's cute.
And I remember being like, Mum, I need to speak to you. But I couldn't pick up the courage to actually go in.
Okay.
So I was like, it don't matter. And I went away and I wrote like a letter, and I was like, I actually came out as like bi-curious. Everyone does that first. I think it's like the safe way of doing it. But I wrote it down and I kind of just like slid it under the door. And then I just saw like 30 seconds later, it got pulled in. And then I was like, sat in the bedroom like,
Literally.
it's been 10 minutes. And then the bulbs of the sunbed went off, and I'm like,
Okay.
oh, she's obviously going to come in now in 10 minutes. Nope. So I'm like, Mum. She's like, yeah. And I'm like, and she's like, I don't care, love. I always knew. And I'm like, oh, thank God for that.
That's
Tell
so
me sooner.
nice.
So literally 10 minutes later, I was like, so boys, you know, and
Yeah.
just got chatting and she would chill. Yeah, my mum's always been like that though. So it wasn't so much an issue with my mum. Friends on the other hand for school, like friends or people at school. I mean, that was horrendous. But I got bullied at school anyway because I used to be really overweight. So like my entire up until 18 years old at school was just pure bullying anyway. So I was the fat kid and then like fat. Like I ate all of the pies, fat.
Liam.
And no, I did, and I got bullied for that. But then adding gay on top of that, adding this, it was.
Oh, so you actually came out in school, and you told people in school.
Yeah. I just like ripped that band-aid straight off. I didn't. Yeah.
So how old were you when this was happening?
I was 16. So 15, 16. So I was like, I was just kind of about to go into sixth form and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it was.
Do you think that impacted how you saw being gay? Like, did you feel like you had to be more masculine because of it?
Possibly. If I did, that was definitely more just to do with who I am. Like I've always been into like boy things anyway, like growing up and stuff like that, Action Men and the the kind of playground antics, you know, like wrestling and all that kind of stuff, and like video games, like, you know, shooting, rah, you know, all that kind of stuff. I've always been
lads.
like,
So masculine, a video game. Ooh.
yeah, but like
Shooting.
movies, like action movies. I've always in my kind of hobbies, I've always been very masculine in that regards. But maybe there were elements of that. But the bullying for me was it was all about my weight, and then obviously when I came out, it was like, also you're gay and fat. You know, because obviously kids don't understand the concept back then anyway, especially probably more so now. But bicurious still meant you were gay.
Yeah,
Bisexual, you're still gay.
Yeah,
And it was like it was every other day. It was physical alterations. It were bullying. It were people ringing me up, you know, withheld numbers, saying some of the most horrific things. You know what I mean? And it were hard. Like it were hard. It definitely were hard. Family, no, not so much. My brother got a bit of flack for it because he was younger than me. He's mixed race. He'd go to school, so there was a lot of pressure. He was like 3 years below me, so there was a lot of pressure at school. So like people would be like, so your brother's gay then, and you know, like coming at him with the angle of me, so that it was hard for him. So I apologise about that. But
Don't apologise for being yourself.
No, but it was tough. Like it was tough. Family wise, was fine, but outside of school, it was tough. Yeah, but that, I mean, I'm 37, so we're going back like 20 years.
Yeah,
more than 20 years. God, I'm so old.
But it's social crisis.
You know, now gay.
It's a different world now, isn't it? It's so different. I was speaking to a
better
16-year-old,
representation.
and she was saying how from a rural village in Yorkshire, and a gay guy in her school who's 16 would go in a full beat to school, and I'm like, that's
at school.
I know, at 16, I know,
so scared.
I know, and I'm like, wow, it's getting better. I mean, we've got ways to go.
We have more representation on in the general media. Obviously, social media is good. It's good and it's bad, but
double-edged sword, I always say, with social media. We can all learn a lot, but then there can be too much there, and not the right stuff there as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Finally, attachment styles in this relationship. And did it change as well when you transitioned? That's also interesting.
What was the first one?
So avoidant.
That was me.
Really?
Oh, 100%. Me.
So if anything got a bit too
me, the
serious with
guy.
your
Oh my
partner-
god, yeah.
Just in general, not
Yeah,
our relationship.
yeah.
In general,
I understand now.
Well, I left it. I broke it off.
Yep.
Like after like a month or two.
Oh yeah.
Via text, I'd like.
It was
to
getting a
add.
bit serious. Like we liked each other, and I panicked and ran. Like I never could commit to long-term things.
It was such. Do you know, I was going to say when she broke it off from me via text, I might add, I was having a poo, and I was really upset.
Having a poo.
I was sat there having a poo, and I got this text, and it was just such a sad.
That's
poo.
annoying because like pooing is like a ritual. It's your
I'm
safe
so
space.
sorry. I
like,
didn't know that.
She ruined my
My
poo.
bad. I definitely was.
He's been constipated ever since.
I had a poo since 1993.
I definitely would run away from anything like. I think my old relationships taught me to do that. So like I had many years ago a relationship with someone, and it wasn't healthy. A lot more from their part, but a little bit from my part. And it was physical, and it didn't end great. So I think from that situation, I sort of looked for the red flags, and when I saw any flags in anyone, I would run and leave. And then having this new guy who I was like, right, if he's got one little tiny red flag, I'm going to run as fast as I can. And we had
I sneezed too loud.
we had one little
That's why she broke up with
disagreement, and I ran, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not putting myself through that. But I'd say now anxiously attached. I think that's who I am
Okay,
now.
okay.
So I'd say that I've changed. That's probably maybe
Yeah.
with our relationship changing and definitely transition.
Yeah.
What was the one where you like went to text me back? What was that one?
Anxiously
Yeah,
attached.
so I 100% was
He rings
that.
me like 7 times a day. You are 100%.
No,
Okay.
Whoa,
There's no doubt.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Hang on, I'm saying about what I was before we met, right? I
All
was
right. Are you not still that?
No, I was very anxious. So again, because I had a lot of bad relationships. And so any kind of positivity, I'd like,
Cling to it.
oh my God, like just sat there. I'd sat there and I'd be doing something I enjoy, gaming or whatever, but I wasn't enjoying it because I was waiting for that text from my partner. And once I
Okay.
got that text, I'd then be happy that I've got the validation, and then I'd game and I'd be really happy. And when I was in these bad relationships, my happiness was solely dependent on this what do you call it? This attention.
Yeah.
Awful
Validation, isn't it?
validation.
Yeah.
And oh my God, and being bullied as a kid and that, and being told obviously
You wanted to be loved, yeah.
I wanted to be loved, and so, but when I met Alexis, I had a little bit of that at the beginning because you like new relationship, but then it started to obviously wear down, wear off, and then obviously when she broke up with me, it got back up again.
Yeah.
But then when we sat and we met and we talked it through, and after that, I've never had it since. I'm now
Secure.
I'm totally secure. Like when Alexis used to go on nights out and stuff very early on in the relationship. Bear in mind, I had anxiety, depression, I had a lot of issues going on. I would be very anxious about that. Whereas now I'm like, are you coming around, lads? I've got 4 hours spare.
She's gone.
Yeah,
She's gone. Go.
Honestly, I'm so chill and so happy now.
I get that.
To play
though.
games, to
Yeah.
clarify. When the lads are coming over to play games.
No, honestly,
lads,
because
Call of Duty.
at first, like, I remember like when I went through a really bad patch of anxiety. It's so weird. It's like almost like burnout / anxiety, where I've always had anxiety, but for some reason that period was like I
general
couldn't
anxiety,
function.
that's-
Yeah. And he would go like to work, or he would just go in the car, and I'm like, he's gonna die. Like I need his yeah. I was
Really?
really like anxious and scared. And now when he says he's like gonna go to like work, or he's gonna go and see, so I'm like, yeah, go. He's like, I'm
Rude.
gonna go to the flat for the day. I'm like, yeah,
Goodbye.
Take 2 days.
Honestly, but like a year ago or 2 years ago, I would have been like, no, you can't leave me. Like something bad might happen. Like,
Really?
yeah. What was your anxiety like?
Oh.
I had like health anxiety. I had the thing is I had.
He thought it was just constantly dying, basically.
Yeah, but it was physical. So I had really bad heart palpitations, like breathing issues. I had loads of issues going on.
You did have like serious sinusitis.
So when I got surgery on my sinuses, when they were in there, they because they were widening my sinuses. That when I came round, I felt immediately better, and I had a lot of brain fog for years. I had a lot of reoccurring infections, severely poorly with it. And when the doctor like came round, he says, while we were inside wherever they were, we found a serious infection that was encapsulated with its own scar tissue, because you've had it for so many years. This infection had built up this wall to protect itself. So it was
his body had like locked it into a space.
Yeah, like it just healed over like a scab or
so. But every now and then, obviously, it got out. And it'd reinfect me again, and antibiotics, I'd be on them again for a
Didn't
course.
work for long.
My anxiety at the time was actual a symptom of
That is
the infection.
crazy.
It was.
I think you still had it possibly.
I did, yeah.
as well.
I'm not saying it was purely that, but that
But
was
that definitely
absolutely
egged it on. and
yeah,
enhanced
yeah,
it.
it heightened it definitely.
I didn't drive on motorways for like a couple of years just because I had anxiety that when traffic built up, I was going to crash. I was going to, all these horrible things, and it was silly. I had therapy and all that, but when I had the surgery, I went
He
from
did
feeling.
CBT as well, which was I think
For me,
life-changing for him.
it was amazing for me.
Works for some people, doesn't work for some people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think it really worked for you.
But I can completely relate with anxiety because I still get it now, but it's very much more situational now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you're
Situational.
quite rational. Like
Yeah.
your brain is like, if you do this 3-4 times, then the feeling will stop. So I feel like because you've got an answer, you're like, right, I'm just gonna do this 3 or 4 times and it will go. And then if it does, it gives you more confidence to be like, right, it works.
100%.
Yeah, that's kind of, and I work like that a little bit. Like I still get it. Obviously, like everyone gets anxiety.
Yeah,
It's an emotion.
everyone has it's a normal
Yeah.
part of
Yeah,
what's it called, like your
emotions
cavemen.
or whatever. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
protective thing,
There-
isn't
You
it?
need it to survive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a survival instinct.
But I've got a little bit of pure O with it. So like pure OCD is like where you obsess over your thoughts as opposed to like physical
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
obsession. So like that's where mine comes from. Like things, I mean, they're funny when you say them. I don't know if you find that sometimes, like when you talk about it afterwards, but it would be like
at the time
it feels real.
it feels real.
Yeah.
But after he's like, that's ridiculous.
I
I'm not
know.
gonna get eaten by a dinosaur today.
One thing that
Rah.
well, maybe meow.
I know exactly. I think.
Yeah, he laughed so hard at me because one evening I was like, Josh, I can't breathe. Josh, I can't breathe. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. He's like, you're talking. I was like, no,
I knew that.
I can't breathe. And then we went into the kitchen and there's this oxy monitor thing that you put on your finger. We put it on and it was like 100%. And he just burst out laughing. I think you're okay. And then I started laughing and then I was like, I think I'm okay, actually, you're right. And then we went back to sleep. But there's so many like times that happens.
I've woke you up on many occasions when
Felt thinking he was dying,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's really hard to deal with because it can be quite frequent and a lot. You like after a while, like the sympathy, like you have to dig it out to find that sympathy sometimes. But it's a very real thing, and
it feels real.
It's real for them.
Yeah.
I found that like going on the CBT, I did a lot of that. I did a lot of physical writing things down. And you went through it. I had it by the time I'd finished using it, the paper were falling apart. But I had this what do you call them when you draw a circle and you
spider diagram.
Spider diagram.
Okay.
And I had it separated by two circles, interlocked. And like in the middle of it was like worries, and then I had them separated from like realistic worries and like unrealistic worries. So like getting eaten by a dinosaur today was in the unrealistic bit. But like
Sure.
Yeah, I am mad about it, but then I realised they're extinct, so I moved it over there. But the real worries might have been something like I don't feel well. I think I might have a heart attack. Or what was the other thing? That I have a tumour. I thought I had a tumour at one point because I'd get severe headaches and whatnot. Okay. So that'd be over in this box. And I built up this load of things. And then Alexis would sit there with me and I said, babe, do you mind if we just go through my list? I need to reinforce.
So when he was getting overwhelmed with anything, we'd go upstairs to a quiet place, we'd get the list out, or we'd start a new one. And we'd write these, is it a real worry or is it
unrealistic?
Realistic,
yeah.
And you put a lot of like your things from your life, like your regrets and stuff on there as well. And I think, I don't know, it was really healing for you that doing that. It really worked for him, like getting it out of his head and putting it on the paper. It's like he processed that trauma, the regret, the worry, and it's like he could.
Do you not have any anxiety? Like, do you not?
Yeah, I get anxiety, but like not to the level like you guys have had. Like for me, like now the anxiety is just more about safety, a lot about safety, that which I didn't used to have. Like having, as lovely as it was, I had a bit of male privilege, like walking alone at night, feeling safe, and now not feeling safe, that sort of thing. But for me, like I don't know why my brain does this, but if something's bad, I can just switch off from it so quickly. It's so weird, and like just not think, and it'll just be gone. If there's a bad situation that's happened, or if I think of process and deal with things, but
I think if I was a therapist, I'd say you're not.
Like with my surgeries and stuff, like I had 6 or 7 procedures in one day.
Whoa.
My most recent one.
Wow.
And I was fine. I wasn't nervous.
You weren't nervous
and that's not normal.
Even
I'm there
just as it's about to happen.
I literally, I got wheeled down in a wheelchair. I was fine. And then literally just as they were putting their IV in, I was like, oh, this is quite a big thing. He's like,
God, I'm there like I'm watching it getting wheeled. I'm like,
yeah, mine's like maybe an hour before something's about to happen. Then I panic. Until
she got anxiety really bad recently when we went to Manchester Pride.
Oh yeah, I did.
Was overwhelming, and it were overwhelming.
It was a lot of people. It was busy, and they changed how the Pride setup was. There was more people in the streets, and when we're at Pride, that's like our people. So a lot of LGBT people watch us. So like people like recognize us, which is so cool, and I love it. But
we always have time for people.
Always have time for people.
But it's overwhelming.
But it got to a point where there was like 4 or 5 people waiting, and I was like, it's just,
and we love it.
It was, and I love it, but in that moment,
you're also human.
You had a lot of that, which again we love. We really do love it. But you had Pride, which is loud and brash, and everything's going on. Music, can't hear yourself think. Then you've got the crowds like sardines, you can't move. And then we had a friend who was trying to find us,
and she couldn't, and there was barriers. It was like a lead up of all these little things.
So she had a panic. I
had a panic attack. I've not had a panic attack in like over a decade, and all of a sudden I was having this panic attack, and I was like, I need to leave. I need to get out of Manchester right now.
We did,
and we got on the train, and we had to go
out of Manchester.
Yeah, we went and grabbed a coffee because she likes
He
coffee.
He loves his coffee.
Because I'm not a big drinker, so I like coffee's my thing. Coffee's my drug.
I was so mad that I let it happen. Like, not with panic attacks, you can't really like stop them, but I was like, why? Like
that madness
it's
is
so
true, though.
frustrating.
Yeah.
Like we were supposed to stay. We were going to go on the night out and get a hotel, and luckily we'd not booked the hotel yet. We were going to book it last minute, but I was so angry on the way home that I felt like I'd ruined everyone's
But we
night.
were wrapped up in bed by 11 with Catty were fab. But her anxiety is very situational.
It's more
If
situational
something's
now.
happening in the moment.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I think we've taken up enough of your time.
No, honestly.
Thank you so much for having us there.
I honestly could sit here all night.
I know,
been so
I'm
much
just
fun.
because that was so
Yeah.
interesting. And there's so much more that in my head I'm like, oh my God.
I
wanna
know.
everything.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel like we've just scratched the surface.
I know,
Yeah.
that's
And
so
I
much.
wanted to hear more from you. I felt like we were just chatting away. I want to hear
No,
more.
we wanted to know more
Yeah.
about you.
But yeah.
We'll do a
Honestly,
part 2
yeah.
next time.
Absolutely.
Like we proper chill. Like we are so like Darkworth to a T. Me more so, but
Why not me?
because
because
you have more.
Watch your
decorum.
words wisely.
You have more decorum than me.
Oh,
That's
okay.
another good word.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm good with these D's.
Yeah.
What?
Deep.
Oh, okay.